Assalamu alaikum. This is the third part of our lecture based on chapter 3, planning your essay. In this part of the lecture, we're going to focus on essay outlining, how to outline your essay. After you have decided on a topic and after you have decided in your thesis statement, you have to plan your essay. And we plan our essay in this way. Just you use a sheet of paper to write this plan. So we start with the topic, and the topic here is the title, and the title, the example I give you is about marriage preparation in Egypt. This is the title. So the thesis statement, and you write the complete thesis statement. Preparation for marriage in Egypt consists of very important tasks such as working hard to earn money, furnishing a house, and preparing a banquet for the wedding. If you look at the thesis statement, you find that it consists of a topic and a thesis. So the topic here is preparation for marriage and the tasks which you have to do in order to prepare for marriage. And in addition to these, we have three ideas to develop in your essay. And each one of these three ideas will be in one of the body paragraphs. So, such as working hard to earn money. If you look here, body paragraph 1 will be on working hard to earn money. The second, furnishing the house. So body paragraph 2 will be about furnishing a house. The third one, preparing a banquet for wedding. The third paragraph will be about this idea. So the thesis statement is the basis for the body paragraphs. And finally, we write a conclusion. And you can also write something about the ideas which you are going to include in your conclusion, like preparing for marriage is a long, tedious task in Egypt, but it is essential for the establishment of a new family. So this is how to outline your. This is a detailed example of essay outlining. So the title or the topic is Rural Areas in Egypt. The thesis statement here, rural areas in Egypt have three serious problems: poverty, lack of education, and poor medical care. As you see here again, we have a topic and ideas to develop. So the ideas to develop is poverty, the second one is lack of education, and third one is poor medical care. So we expect to write three body paragraphs in this essay. And the first body paragraph is about poverty, the second is about lack of education, and third is about poor medical care. So in paragraph 1, the topic sentence is poverty is the overriding factor in rural areas. So this is the topic sentence of the first body paragraph, okay? And you remember, this topic sentence relates to an idea in the thesis statement, okay? So this is the first one. Poverty is the overriding factor in rural areas. What is the method of development? It is extended definition. You are going to define poverty. And what is the techniques of support? You can give facts, you can give examples, you can give physical description. Now let's go to the second body paragraph in our example. Okay, the topic sentence in the second body paragraph, okay, you know that it was about the lack of education. So this is the topic sentence. As a result of poverty, many people in rural areas are rarely educated. What is the method of development? Cause and effect. Because the cause of lack of education is poverty. So you are going to explain in this paragraph the relationship between poverty and the lack of education in terms of cause and effect. The techniques you can give, supporting techniques, you can give facts and you can give example. The third paragraph, here the topic sentence in the third paragraph, okay, because people are so poor and poorly educated, so medical care is inadequate. Okay, this is the third idea which we have in the thesis statement. The method of development, again, it is cause and effect, and the supporting techniques, facts, examples, and physical definition. Okay, and of course, we end our essay with a conclusion or a concluding paragraph. I told you before that our essay consists of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Now we're going to spend some time on the introduction. What is the purpose of the introduction? In fact, the introduction, we read the introduction of our essay in order to introduce our topic to the audience and to state the purpose of the essay. And this purpose of the essay is stated in the thesis statement. This is the purpose of our introduction. Of course, the introduction is very important. And the importance of introduction, of your introduction, is represented in these points. The introduction usually opens with a general statement about the topic. So you give your reader a general idea in a general statement about the topic. And it also gives the reader general information about the topic. And finally, it narrows down from that general information to the thesis statement, okay, of your opinion. So if you look at this here, you know that this is the order of the sentences in the introduction. Usually the first sentence is very general. It is a general statement about the topic. And the second sentence gives us some background information or general information about the topic. And finally, the last sentence is a thesis statement, and it is a specific sentence, okay? And it narrows down the general information about the topic to the thesis you are going to write about. This is how to write the introduction. You start with a very general statement, and this is an interesting sentence in which you give the reader a very general sentence about the topic. And in 2, 3, or 4 sentences, you give the reader some general information. And this background or general information are more specific than the first sentence. And finally, we move to the last one, which is the thesis statement. And in fact, the thesis statement is the most specific sentence in your introduction. This is an example of a good introductory paragraph. It is about vitamin D deficiency. Let's read and see how the three components of an introduction are found in this paragraph. We said that we start with a general sentence about the topic. So look at the first sentence. Every schoolboy knows that vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin, and that vitamin D is essential for good health. This is a background, a very general information, a very general sentence about the topic. Here, we are going to have some background information about vitamin D. Okay, and these are what we are going to find here in these sentences. We're going to have some information which the readers need in order to understand the topic. So, until the 20th century, however, little was known about this important vitamin, and people who lived in temperate climates tended to suffer every winter from lack of vitamin D. Even today, although knowledge about vitamin D has been available, many people still suffer from vitamin D deficiency. Okay, so this is the second part. The first part, a general sentence. The second, some background information. And this background information, as you see here, it is given in 2 or 3 sentences. Finally, we end the introduction with the thesis statement. What is the thesis statement? This essay will describe the chemical makeup of vitamin D, the group of diseases called rickets that afflict people who are deficient in this vitamin, and solutions to avoid such deficiencies. So, as you see here, the thesis statement, again, it includes 3 ideas, and these 3 ideas will be used to develop the essay. Once we are done with the introduction, we have to think about the body. The body is what we refer to as the body paragraphs. And each body paragraph must start with a topic sentence. And this topic sentence is directly related to the thesis. And these paragraphs will contain some sentences which are used to support the topic sentence. So remember the following. Each paragraph makes a point that is enlarged into a block of support. Number 2, one point is made in each paragraph. Number 3, each paragraph is self-contained, fully developed unit. And number 4, each paragraph should involve a beginning, which is a topic sentence, a middle, which are supporting idea, and end with a concluding sentence. Now, we are done with the introduction, the body paragraph. What remains to be done is the conclusion. So the conclusion borrows from everything that has gone before. Again, the conclusion depends on everything you have done in the essay, starting from the first sentence till the last body paragraph. So, in the conclusion, you have to summarize without repetition. You summarize, but do not repeat exactly what you have written before. In other words, do not take sentences as they are and put them in the conclusion. In the conclusion also, you have to suggest solutions. You have to predict solutions. In doing so, it gives the essay its final shape and gives writers a single last chance to show that their theses are valid. When we write a conclusion, we have to avoid these problems. So these are some problems to avoid in your conclusion. The first one, too much summary. Avoid too much summary. Because your essay is short, and if you write a long summary to a short essay, it will be redundant. So in short essays, you do not need to remind the reader of the main points in your essay. And the second one to avoid is any completely new ideas. Do not include completely new ideas in your conclusions. Your conclusions are based on the ideas which you have included in your essay. So do not write completely new ideas in your conclusion, because the conclusion is not the place where you can add new ideas, because you have already included all your ideas in the body paragraphs. Thank you. This is the end of this lecture. أشكركم على حسن استماعكم، وندعو الله إن شاء الله المحنة تزول بسرعة، وربنا يقينا ويقيكم شر البلاء والوباء، وإن شاء الله نتقابل قريبا جدا وجها لوجه في المحاضرة وداخل جامعتنا الحبيبة. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.